Hey kids, so here's assignment 4, the PhET lab. So today what you're going to learn about is refraction. And I'll do a couple demonstrations in class to illustrate that. The most classic one is to put a pencil in a glass of water and look at it, and you can see it looks totally bent. So that's what refraction is. A good thing to do before you do anything else is to watch this video right here, Refraction Explained. And then Bill Nye has also a short video that also explains refraction really well. Okay, once you're done with that, make sure you add the definition of refraction, diffraction, and reflection, well, you already have reflection, into your notebook. Okay, the next thing that you're going to do is this PhET simulation. So click on one of these, whatever level is your level. So I'll just click here. The instructions are pretty much the same for both 8 plus and 8NX. There's a little bit different requirements, but the instructions are the same. So the first thing you're going to do is make sure you can type in what reflection and refraction mean. And then you'll click here and you will arrive at this PhET simulation. Click on this intro screen. Okay, and now what you've got here is a light that is shooting into water. You can see that right here. And at the top up here, this is air. So take a little time to mess around with it. It's always fun to kind of see how you can change it. What happens if you change the material, from glass, and then you change this to glass? What happens? What does this protractor do? What does this do? What does the intensity do? You can play around with it a little bit. Slow motion, what does that look like? Doesn't really look like anything. You can change the index of refraction. Okay, so just mess around with it. And then when you're done messing around with it, follow the directions on the sheet. Okay? It says, use the intensity meter and the bottom material tab to fill in the following table. The top material tab is air. So this is the intensity meter. Okay, you just hit this. You make sure that the top is air. Okay, and then the bottom. Okay, so the material at the bottom is air. So you just change that here. And now they're both air and air. Okay, then it says, what's the percent of energy that is refracted, that's bent? Well, let's look at that. If we put that here, 100% is what it says. Okay? So 100% is refracted, and there's literally nothing being bent. Okay, but when you change the bottom to water, you'll notice that there is a change. We should probably have started with water. There you go. Now you can see here's the 94.71% is refracted, and then 5.29% is reflected. So you just go through and record that and then just follow along. Answer all these questions as you go. The question that always stumps people is this one. What is the relationship between percent of energy refracted and percent of energy reflected? After you complete this chart, look at it. Look at the patterns of the numbers. Look at how the two numbers relate to each other and see if you can see what that is. Okay, and then when you're done, just submit this document. All right. That is all you have to do for today.